So for today's video, we're going to talk about the general home inspection and what you as a consumer or the buyer of the home should be looking for and what might sway your decision to back out of a transaction or versus just trying to pursue some negotiations. So let's take a little closer look. Hi again, my name is Matt Serafice. I am your Gainesville realtor and creator of the Gainesville Alachua County Heroes program. If you'd like to connect with me, I have my information below and we'll talk more about that later. But let's get into this. So typically when you get a residential property under contract, you will ask for an inspection period ranging from 7 to 14 days typically. And during that time, you can hire whatever inspectors you want to come in. And one of those is typically the general inspection. The general inspection is a home inspection that covers a safety and quality assessment on the property. The cost generally ranges from $300 to $500 and can take a couple hours to 4 hours, depending on the size of the property. Your agent is going to give you recommendations for who to use because they have relationships with these people, as I do, and are going to give you guidance on who's going to do the best job and give you the best value. Some of the things that will be covered in the general inspection are structural integrity. The inspector is going to check for sagging, bowing, other evidence of structural issues. They're going to look for cracks or settling in the foundation, even if it's not visible. Next, you've got the roof. This is a big ticket item. They're going to assess the condition of the roof, shingles, flashing, chimneys, if any exist, and they also check for clear vents and functioning gutters. Next up, you've got heating and cooling systems. Here in Florida, it gets really hot, so it's important to have a good working HVAC system that's also going to provide you heat in the wintertime. The next thing we'll look at is electrical systems. The inspector is going to check the visible and accessible electrical panel systems and components. Then you have plumbing. The inspector will check all the interior plumbing system. Then you have safety issues. The inspector will check the condition of stairs, handrails, the operation of fire alarms, sprinklers, things like that. Next, we'll walk around the grounds. The inspector is going to check condition of driveways, fences, sidewalks, proper drainage, functioning septic tank. And then on the inside, they are going to check the condition of walls, ceilings, floors, windows, and doors. And in the kitchen, he's probably going to check the condition of the cabinets, the counters, the sinks, faucets, garbage disposal, other built-in appliances, and the same in the bathroom to make sure everything is functioning. So that's a lot of ground to cover. And you're probably wondering, well, what are the most important parts to consider? And for purposes of obtaining homeowners insurance, you probably want to consider a 4-point inspection, which is going to cover things like the roof, the HVAC system, plumbing, and electrical, because most home insurers here in Florida are now going to require that if you are obtaining a mortgage to purchase the home. So once again, here in Florida, the roof is going to be subjected to some pretty intense weather, including heavy rain, possibly hurricanes, tropical storms. So that makes roof condition a top concern. You're going to want to have the inspector check for missing shingles, leaks, signs of aging. An older or damaged roof can be a major expense, so verifying its lifespan and condition is very critical. Next, on the HVAC system, with our hot summers here in Gainesville, a functioning and efficient air conditioning system is essential, and the inspector will have to check the age, maintenance history if available, current performance of the system to make sure that it's going to keep the home cool and comfortable. Third item is with plumbing issues. Water damage and mold are common in Florida homes due to high humidity. Just want to ensure that they check for leaks, water stains, signs of mold in bathrooms and kitchens and around appliances. Plumbing issues can lead to costly repairs and a lot of health problems and risks. And then the fourth part of the 4-point is electrical systems. We want to ensure that wiring and panels meet current safety standards. I've had homes where the electrical panel was recalled and had to replace the entire system. And we're able to identify that through just a regular home inspection. Older homes in particular may have outdated wiring, which can pose a fire risk. And the inspector will be able to tell you that and check for any faulty wiring, overloaded circuits, or non-compliant electrical setups. The fifth major area to focus concern on is going to be for foundation and structural integrity. This part of Florida is known for sinkholes, and our sandy soil can lead to foundation issues, settling and cracks. That said, I have had several properties where through inspection, we need to have that looked at closer. And you bring the structural engineer out, and there's one that everybody uses in this area. It's $400, and he said, well, these cracks are normal. It's 1/8 of an inch or less. Of course, there's going to be situations where that's not the case, but maybe I'm just the lucky one. I've only had one home that required actual ramjacking or fortification pins under the foundation to bring it back to where it needed to be. But there's telltale signs. There's cracks in the walls and the ceilings, interior, exterior, uneven floors, and structural integrity. Of course, it's critical to avoid long-term problems with the home stability. Next, you've got well and septic systems, which are not always applicable. They're more applicable in more rural areas. So we do see that a lot in our area once you get outside of town. Um, uh, they may require a private well and septic system. And if you don't get those inspected, you could be in for a nasty surprise if it turns out you need a new leach field or a new septic tank. And you want to check the quality of the water as well, how well the pump's functioning, your water pressure. And you want to avoid expensive repairs where you can and potential environmental hazards for that matter. And then the last item we can talk about, which I've had my run ins with, is the WDO or wood destroying organisms, termites and pests and wood rot. Gainesville's warm, humid climate makes a home susceptible to termites and other pests, as well as wood rot. And this inspection is critical, especially for homeowners with wooden structures. FHA loves to do kill transactions because of wood rot, and pests can cause significant damage as well over time. So that inspection can save you from serious major future costs. So essentially, what this boils down to is it's either going to be a huge opportunity to negotiate a better price, or B, to just walk away from a deal that you want to rather avoid the headaches and find something they don't have to deal with issues. But it does give you that opportunity. I have represented people on both sides of that equation where the seller honestly didn't know there was a serious issue. And so that was a revelation to them. And then in an ideal world, you can go out and get quotes to repair whatever the problem is and come back and negotiate based on that. That's not always possible. And then I've seen situations where they basically lied on their seller's disclosure. They were knew there was a problem underlying, but they chose to not disclose it, and it's hard to prove that they knew. But the end result was it was uncovered, and that the buyer was saved from making a bad mistake. Once you get past your 10 or 14-day inspection period, whatever it is, you cannot just walk away from a contract if it's an as-is contract and get your escrow back. So this is a very important decision that you have to make, to either extend the inspection period so that you can make a better informed decision, or if you have the ability to walk away, to just walk away. I hope some of this information helps. Obviously, there's in so many possible scenarios, I can't possibly cover them all, but this will prepare you to know what to look out for. And if something serious is discovered, that you'll have a better feeling of what you want to do in that scenario. So let's get together and talk about it. That's what I'm here for. You have my information below. You can call me, you can email me, or you can click on the calendar link if you'd like to book an appointment. If you're thinking about moving to the Gainesville area, or if you already have property here that you're thinking about selling, or maybe there's a community that you're interested in, or you just want to talk about the market conditions in general, please reach out to me. Let's get the conversation started.